Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Yeah. Can I make you move now? Yes, I can. So you can get this move in the back of a can. With the big Robin World and the holes in your hand. Popcorn World. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. 250 flavors gonna make you smile. I said popcorn make you smile. Ah. 250 flavors. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. Popcorn World. It's a popcorn world. It's a popcorn world.
You're now listening to the Brothers of the Five. At shooting guard, it's your boy, Killer Cam. At small forward, it's Reggie Love. At point guard, Steve Major. At power forward, Al B. And at center, Mr. Noise, Lloyd Spence. And now, the Brothers of the Five.
Add one more plus me into the
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a champion. It has been crowned. It is done. Wait a minute. Hold on. Before we start with that, what's up? Suns out, guns out. What's going on, Reggie Love? You coming full guns out tonight. What's up? Is that because you coming guns are blazing because you made the right call on the NBA Finals?
Hey man, I'm not saying anything. I'm quiet.
Well, keep it that way. Right about Reggie, you was right. You was 100% correct, brother. Like literally 100% correct.
You know, I said all along that Denver's gonna win it all from the beginning.
It's a first. It's a first for everything. Come on, man.
No, I ain't doing that today. I'm giving that man all his props. Reggie Love's in the building. Killer Cam's in the building. C Major's in the building. Let's get this party started. Listen. Reggie Love did say it. We got the receipts. We record this show every week. And he said it, and it happened exactly like he said. But it also failed exactly like I said. I'm gonna give myself a little prop because I told you they got to make some threes, and they was gonna need a miracle. and they didn't get either one. So there it is.
And I do believe I was really want to go with my Cam said it was going to be sweet, and I was about to say it was going to be sweet too. Yeah, but I went with 5. But I was darn near ready to say sweet too. So even though I hate giving Cam some credit, but
it wasn't. But let's be clear, it wasn't 5 or 4 easy wins. They had to fight for those wins. They just listen.
Cam, don't listen to this game. Don't listen.
You don't get no pass for that because they had to fight for it.
Don't listen to it.
They were too little. They didn't have the shoes. Let me ask this question. Let's start out here. Would Tyler Hero and Victor Oladipo have made a difference?
No.
Why not? Just
not unless they grew 6'10" or over.
Unless they grew a Dwight Howard body, no.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, they're still the same type of players that they was putting on the court. I mean, you notice that after game 2, Denver made those adjustments. Like there was a hand in every shooter's face. Like, okay, Jimmy, you can drive, but you better score. You're not going to kick out to these shooters. And that's part of their defense. If you can go and look, Jimmy was looking to pass when he got the ball deep.
Yeah.
They stayed at home on those shooters. They made the adjustment. And like you said, Lord, if they can't make threes, they wasn't going to win.
No shot to win. You know what was interesting? In the very first game, there were two things that popped up that told us right from the beginning Miami was in trouble. Number one, when Aaron Gordon just started bully balling everybody, and Aaron Gordon doesn't have great footwork down low. It's not like the best I've ever seen, but he was just 5 inches taller than everybody. And you can't coach tall.
Yeah.
Tall is a cheat code in and of itself.
Well, you know, but he's a skilled player, and he settled down into his role. See, here's the thing. If you go back and look at the last 4 or 5 championships, every team had players that settled down into their role. And Gordon settled down into his role.
Which is key, Reggie, which is so key because I think when he was in Orlando, he thought he was one player.
Right.
He thought he was I can score 40, you're not that, bro. With all due respect to your game, you're not that. You are what you are here in Denver is the perfect role. You can make $200 million doing what you're doing right now.
Right.
They're gonna pay you to do what you're doing right now. Because now you're part of this big 3, big 4, whatever you want to call it. And so he's their Andre Iguodala, he's their Draymond Green.
Right.
So that's number one. The second thing that told me that Miami was in trouble in the first game, and you just hit it to it, Reggie. Every time Jimmy Butler would drive to the basket, he'd drive into a tree and have to throw the ball back out. And the moment you saw that, you were like, because that's their best dude attacking. If he can't attack, this ain't gonna end well.
Did you notice what else they did with Jimmy Butler?
Yeah.
And I watched and I recognized when Jimmy came, Jimmy is a two-foot jumper.
Yeah.
They stayed down.
Which I hate that, by the way. I didn't realize he was shooting like that.
Yeah, they stayed down. Every time he drove, if you look at the Boston series, how many times did he go to the free throw line?
Oh, God.
A ton.
Yeah,
1,000?
Yeah.
And you notice that Denver said, you know what? We're going to stay down. We're not going to go for those head fakes. We're going to if you score, you're going to have to just 2-foot jump straight over the trees. And they made those adjustments. You got to give them credit. And of course, as we talk about Jimmy a little bit more, and I said this to you, Jimmy is a jump shooter. He jumps 20
He's a real jump shooter. Yeah.
Yes. And you can tell, and he has no arc on his shot. So when his leg goes, his shot goes. And I really believe as the series went on, he didn't have enough legs at all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I didn't realize he was.
I'm laughing at Cam. I'm sorry. I'm laughing.
He's having a good time tonight. He's having a good time. Chad, Cam, what are y'all thoughts on the series?
It was boring, man. It was boring. I didn't like it. Man, you knew who's gonna win. You knew who was gonna win. So
Hold on, boring.
It was boring. It was boring, man.
Man, Golden State can't be in it every year. Jesus.
Hey,
Boring. I thought it was fantastic.
it was boring, man. I mean, You knew who was gonna win. I mean,
Can I cut Chad off for just a second and piggyback on Chad? It was 2 other series that had double the ratings of the finals.
Okay, but we knew that. But hold on, that's not fair.
You played one team that didn't have a superstar who should have got swept. It was boring. Listen, Golden State Lakers, they got more rating than anything in the whole thing. And the Denver, and we got swept in Denver. LA had more ratings.
Okay, but that's not fair, guys. Listen.
We don't get to
I understand what you're saying.
All right.
it's about the money. It's about the money.
But we knew that. We knew that these guys wasn't going, like the casual fan wasn't going to watch this series.
It was like watching the Giants play on Monday night. It was like,
Was it? It actually wasn't.
No, not like.
Are you playing? We get ratings. Play boy.
I'm just playing. I'm sorry.
When y'all play the Cowboys.
No, when we play whoever, we don't need y'all.
Okay.
Well,
Franchise.
I mean, I always said whoever was going to win between Denver and the Lakers was going to win the whole thing. I think if you said, okay, Boston may have got a little bit more ratings, but Boston would have got swept by them too. I really believe that.
I
It's
can't
hard
go
to
that
argue
far.
against that. It's hard to argue against
No,
that.
not nothing again. I'm not saying Boston's talent, but Boston has a maturity issue going on, and
Oh, no
let's
question.
be honest. And
Start from the head.
yeah, it's right there. So, I mean, I don't think Boston would have beat them.
Yeah.
I mean,
It wouldn't have
you
been
know,
4-1 though. It
What's
wouldn't have
that?
been 4-1. It wouldn't have been 4-1.
it would have been 4-0.
Oh, come on.
Why not, Chad?
I don't know how. Listen, other
Teams
only
gonna have to
thing
right now.
Go
Teams
ahead.
gonna have to rebuild, not rebuild, but they're gonna have to make sure they got something in the basket for Denver.
absolutely.
That's bottom line.
You gotta get taller.
The only team I think that healthy that could have possibly given them
Who, Philly?
no, it would have been Milwaukee for me. I think Milwaukee would have made it interesting. I don't know if Milwaukee could have beat them, but it would have been a lot more interesting.
The best matchup was the Lakers, and the Lakers were towards the
But you
end.
got to have somebody from the East, though.
Oh, well, I'm just saying. We're talking about overall. I would have said it's the Lakers, but and if you want to say the East, I would have said Milwaukee.
Yeah,
but I just don't see.
I would have said Philly. I think the other thing about Jokic is he's gonna make you work on defense. Like, so on offense, you may be tired because you got the whole Jokic. Like,
well,
But you have to ask somebody to make him work though too.
which is Embiid. Yeah.
Well, based on what Doc said today, I don't think Philly would have got it either because Doc was.
I heard that.
Doc is hurt.
Down,
Yeah, Doc is
like,
hurt right now, Lord. You know.
Doc sat down like he was talking to his accountant. He said, "Let me pull these receipts out so I don't get audited."
What is Doc third team in 10 years? Come on, man. Doc is going through some things right now.
Doc is going through some things.
Hey, Doc, have one on me, Doc.
Have some Hennessy on us, Doc. All right. This portion of Doc Rivers. Okay. Listen, we're gonna do something we don't normally do, but we're gonna combine question 2 and question 3. Question 2 is what moves do NBA teams need to make to get back to the championship race or get in the championship race? And then question 3 is who's the most likely to be traded. And the reason why we're combining question 2 and question 3 because we have breaking news. And that news is that the Wizards and Bradley Beal are having a meeting. And the meeting is to figure out how to have an amicable trade. Now, here's the thing that I was not aware of until last night. Number one, I knew Bradley Beal had a no trade clause. I didn't know that. What I did not know is that not only does he have a no trade clause, he has to agree with the trade to go there, and he has agreed with the pieces coming back.
Wow.
I've never even heard of that.
You might as well gave him the GM role.
I said, when I heard the first part, I was like, okay, that makes sense. He has agreed to go there. But when they said he gets to agree with what comes back, and people think, well, why does he get to tell the other team what they're getting? That's not what he's talking about. He's saying, I don't want to be left on a team like the team I'm leaving.
Carmelo.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to, when I go to this team, I want to go to a real contender who's going to compete. I don't want you stripping this team just so I can go to this team.
Yeah.
Bruh.
That's smart. That's real
Shout
smart.
out to Bradley Beal's agent, who I'm going to call after this show and be like, what are you doing? I need you to come.
It seemed like Kevin Durant needed that in his contract.
Bruh. That is one of the best contracts I've ever heard. That brother got $251 million, a no trade clause, and you got to come see me about who's getting traded. I don't know. I'm not sure I've ever heard of a better NBA contract. So with that being said, that gets us back to the questions, both the questions, what moves the NBA teams need to make and who is most likely to get traded. I think he will. Now, let me start. I think he'll get traded. I do think he'll get traded because I think once you start floating it out there that you're talking about that, I don't think you can pull that back in like that. Maybe you can because Bradley Beal's a different creature, and he's kind of like the Damian Lillard of the East Coast. He wants to be there for some reason, and I guess because he's settled into the community, settled his family. I get all those intangible things, but as far as winning is concerned, it ain't happening, and it don't feel like it's ever gonna happen.
I can do that with Oklahoma.
Huh?
Yeah, I can get to the community on the phone. I'm not
Right.
saying Washington.
Right, you can still serve Washington community. You ain't got to be there to do that.
No knock against Washington. But,
Right.
No.
So I do think he's going to get traded, and I do think he's the most likely to be traded at this point. The question is, what do you do? How do you do that? Like, how do you trade him? Because if you're a contender, now think about what we're talking about. If you're a contender because you basically have most of the pieces that you need.
Right.
It can happen.
So-
It can happen. I get what you're saying.
I say this. I think Miami, LA, Denver, Golden State,
What LA, Reggie?
the Lakers,
Oh, okay.
and Golden State, and I would actually add the Clippers if they can stay healthy. Has given the NBA the cheat code. You don't necessarily need 3 superstars.
Role
You
play.
need 2 superstars and great role players.
Yeah.
Each one of those teams has won the last 4 or 5 championships. I mean, excuse me, let me add Milwaukee in there too.
Milwaukee.
If you can go back and look at each one of those teams, they have really just 2 superstars and role players. When you start adding these 3 superstars, they're not winning.
Right.
They're not winning.
I agree.
So
Yeah.
do you got if I'm Bradley, I got to find a team where I could be, of course, number 1 or number 2, but I got to make sure the supporting role is there with me, so we can be a contender.
First of all, I don't disagree with anything you're saying. So is that one of the contending teams, or is that you adding yourself to that team, and now that team is a contending team? For example, now watch this.
Okay.
I just thought of this now. The Memphis Grizzlies.
Who do you get rid of?
They got players. They got good stock that they can trade.
They got good stock.
Would you get rid of John Morant for a build-up? Would that be something that you have to keep him?
Hold on.
Nobody else is going to take
That I'm gonna say it just like this, so our audience, who we love, shout out to the Five Nation, can appreciate what I'm about to say. If that nigga can't handle Memphis, damn sure can't handle DMV. So no.
Chocolate City.
In the words of that prophetic song, "Hell to the no, to the no, no, no." You don't even go to.
I don't think anybody's gonna take him anyway, because if you're a contender, you might not have him but half a year, if that.
Who,
Yeah.
Bradley Beal?
No,
I'm talking about John
Ja.
Morant.
Ja.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move for them to try to get him because of what you just said, though. They need him.
Mhm.
They got to do something.
Excuse me.
Now, I'd put Ja in a 3-team deal.
Excuse me. I don't want to be. Listen, I don't want to sit here and be something that I'm not. Ja, bring you and your pistol to LA. You can come to the Lakers.
First of all, I got a lot of expensive equipment right here. You can't do that while I'm drinking.
I'm gonna call
That
a
was
spade.
almost ripped.
I'm
This
gonna
whole
call a spade. Hey, I'm gonna call a spade, man. You come to LA. You come to the Lakers.
Hey, this whole broadcast is about to shut down.
I think Bradley would be good in the 3-team deal going to Philadelphia.
Ooh.
Ja?
No.
Bradley Beal.
Oh, Bradley. Why does that have to be a 3-team deal, though?
I mean, because Washington's going to be able to, they're going to have something, and you can get more with a 3-team deal.
I can see that.
I guess the main thing is what is Washington? Are they blowing it up? Because you still got Porzingis and Kuzma over there. So are you blowing it up? Or are you trying to shape around them? You know,
the new GM/president. The rumors are, and they're very, very strong, and the people that they're talking are credible, that he really wants to blow it up.
Mm.
Which I can understand. I understand because guess what? With all due respect to Bradley Beal, he's had a wonderful career. It ain't worked.
Right.
It just ain't worked, and it's not his fault. It's just whoever was leading that team and has led that team, they have not been able to build anything around him. And for whatever reason, nobody wants to come to Chocolate City and play.
All right. I'm about to say, considering the players that you just named, would adding a piece with him make it work in Washington.
With him, Porzingis, and Kuzma.
Yeah, and adding a valuable piece.
But it seems like nobody wants to come to Washington at this point.
Right. I know that's that's
But let me say this, and it's just I'm not shading. I'm just asking. At one point, wasn't John Wall a valuable piece?
Yeah, for sure.
but we didn't never get. Did we really get the full John Walls?
And he played then.
Played
He
his
was
best
all-star.
basketball there.
And they had a good team. And they
But
had
they
a good
were-
team.
Yeah, but they were two of the same in one aspect. Your one B. I mean, your double A has to have a distinct, like, for example.
So like Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum.
Right. Yeah, that didn't work out. There are two guards,
Like Tatum and Brown.
Like Tatum and Brown.
Right. Tatum and Brown. That's
That
Which is
didn't
why I've been hearing a lot of Boston stuff. I don't like none of that. Because to
Right.
me, you just trading one problem for another. It's the same problem.
Right.
Yeah.
You stifling Tatum's growth. He don't need another person like him.
Right.
Even though that's his boy. I know that's his mentor. That's his guy. I get it.
Cat to that. You got Porzingis, so Cat to Washington.
Now, I like bottling up
Good
Cat
call.
and Kuzma and sending them over to Minnesota for Cat. I like that. I like that for both teams.
Who?
Porzingis, Kuzma, send them both over to Minnesota for Cat.
But then what role players do you have to support them to? See, remember we just talked about role players. You have to have solid role players to win a championship.
Right, but you're not trading your players for nothing either. You're getting something in return. So
Gotcha.
you still have to get the role players, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I think you can build around that.
Heck yeah, you can.
That's a nice inside outside. They don't get in each other's way. Bradley don't drive all the time, so he don't need the car. He don't need that. He can. That could work. Something like
What
that.
if Kyrie doesn't re-sign with Dallas? Dallas has a need.
Yeah, that's on the agenda to talk about, right?
All of it. So we talking about all of it right now.
Right.
We're talking about all of it. Yeah. We just started with Bradley Beal because that was the breaking news. But let me ask this question: do any of the usual suspects need to make a move? I'm talking the Lakers. I'm talking the Golden State because they're gonna fall. They're gonna make the call at least.
Well, Golden State definitely has to make a move. They have to.
Starting with Chad.
And they say nobody is safe except for
Well, let me
Steph.
ask you this: is Jordan Poole,
Bye.
Kuminga, Moody, and the first round picks enough to get him out there?
To get who out there?
Bradley Beal.
I think so.
I think so.
I think so. That would be
But
good.
you know what? You had the same issue because Lakers and Denver would dominate them.
Because they're still short.
They
They
still
still
small.
need to get size somewhere else. Yeah.
They can show shoot that thing though.
Go.
Hey, I have not gave much Lakers props as much as I gave them this year. Lakers
I appreciate
gave
that, Reggie.
deep cold to that. Lakers said, "You keep shooting, we're gonna keep pounding you. You keep because you're gonna go through those stretches."
Well, now they recognize that now, so it's time to retool. So they know.
But then that gives you a clearer path and strategy to where you need to be. Because now, if you trade out for Bradley Beal, now you're just going to get some big veterans to fill in the other pieces. Guys that can be 3-and-D guys that can play. You don't really need no more scoring at that point. You good.
I don't
But
like that.
think about the starting five now. The starting five would be Beal, Curry, Thompson, Draymond, and probably Looney.
I don't like that.
I think it's fine as long as you got some size coming off the bench.
Yeah,
But you
because
fix it
you
and
think
start
about
going.
Draymond's getting a little older.
That team is going to outscore everybody, though.
Yeah, but when it comes to the playoffs, we've seen it. It's a
But
different ball game.
That's why you get some
Not seeing the
pieces.
size that they're getting back. Like, first of all, one of the sneakiest things that's about to happen that nobody's talking about yet, but they will be, is Bruce Brown is probably not going to resign with the Nuggets. Probably.
Somebody always leaves at a championship team.
Well, you can't pay everybody.
Yeah.
And now his value is sky high. That brother, my God, who don't want Bruce Brown on their team now?
Yeah.
Well,
Shout out to KD, by the way, who's trying to get rid of him. But
shout out to who?
I was just saying shout out to KD for getting one to get rid of.
Kevin.
He's not a GM, okay?
He's not a GM. He is not a GM. I know he says that's not true, but I don't have to. But am I gonna believe the guy that 5 burners? Probably not. With all due respect. With
Hey,
all
man,
due
I'm done
respect.
for the day. I am
With
done
all
for the day.
due
I'm
respect.
done. I'm done.
You're not on. He's not. You're not gonna be on his Christmas list, buddy.
Right. But I'm saying that's a sneaky pickup right there that somebody's gonna need to get. That somebody's gonna get.
Okay. So we talking about these sneaky pickups. We talking about the moves. You know, when it first happened, you want to overreact. Team get beat, you time to overreact. That's why coaches get fired, right?
Right.
Like when you really sit and think about it, it was about 3 coaches that probably shouldn't have got fired because teams overreact, right? So if that's the case, why did Philly lose to Boston in Game 6 and Game 7? That
they wouldn't be
their
star. They wouldn't be their star.
So it's Embiid's fault.
No, it's Doc's fault for not being able to for having that tension.
Embiid was the MVP, and he had what 7 points?
Okay, but here's what I'm saying.
On the top of the key.
What?
Here's what I'm saying. Doc, and whatever Doc and James's relationship was, that canceled the team.
Lord, I don't care if that was LeBron, if that was Durant, we're murdering them right now. We killing them. The media is killing them right now. Embiid was the MVP.
I agree.
He put up 7 points. He should have been in the corner crying again.
That's why Doc is not there anymore.
Doc ain't the reason why Embiid didn't have why he had 7 points.
Let me ask you a question.
Oh man.
The only big in the league that brings the ball up the court is who?
Jokic who?
That's right.
Okay.
If he don't bring the ball up the court,
Every now and do. Every now and does.
He does.
Hold on.
Every now and then.
Hey, we're talking about the MVP of the league. I'm not trying to hear him about him bringing the ball up and down the court.
So see, I'm saying somebody got to give him the ball.
Stop this.
Somebody got to give him the ball.
Stop this.
I'm not the MVP.
So should they overreact? So should we trade Embiid? Should they overreact and get rid of Embiid?
They shouldn't say, hey, and y'all think I'm crazy, but if I'm them, I do not want James Harden back.
I think that's over.
Yeah.
I think Fred VanVleet, the new point guard is on the way.
Well, I brought up Embiid. I wanted to pick on Embiid, Lord, just a little bit. I brought him up.
No, I got you.
But no, it's not about Embiid, though. It's not about him. I brought him up to say he had a bad 2 games. He had a bad against them. And so,
I can't defend him.
And so, but you don't overreact and try to trade him. That's dumb, right?
Okay.
So let me pipe back down to my team, to the Lakers.
Okay.
We played a better team in Denver. Okay. Yeah. If you can go get Kyrie, you go get him. But we need to pump the brakes a little bit. I don't think we overreact and put this on D-Lo and want to get rid of D-Lo. Mm-hmm. D-Lo is not even the second best player on our team. He's not even the third best player on the team, but he's the scapegoat to why we got swept. Yeah. Can't put it on D-Lo. So I think we need to pump the brakes. Take that ass whooping that we took. Take the loss.
Right. We earned it.
And go back and reevaluate. Is this see what we need to do? Because I'm talking about bringing the band back. I want to bring this team that we had in the second half. I want to bring the same team back.
Right.
But you got to get
with a training camp.
With a Dwight Howard. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. But how did he get it?
I want somebody that can play defense against Jokic. That can be a body against him. Yes.
See, that's my guy. That is my guy. He thinks the way I think.
No, Reggie. I can't let you get away with that, Reggie.
Not the Dwight Howard.
For 2 seasons, Reggie, that we need to get younger. Now you want to bring old ass
Dwight Howard. I'm not talking about Dwight Howard. I'm talking about what he's saying.
Okay, I was going to say.
But we did get younger though, Lord.
Right, but if we bring Dwight Howard back, that ain't
listen. Dwight Howard's there for one reason and one reason only, just like he was in the bubble. So hey, he only started 1 series in the bubble. And who was that against?
That's true.
Denver.
That is true.
So all I'm saying is bring that team. Take Dwight Howard. I should have brought him up there. I'm sorry. Bring that team back.
Right. What have I been saying? I said it. I agree 100% with you, and I'm not even a Lakers fan. And I wish I would hire me as part of y'all GM, but
send your resume. We'll see what happens.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I agree with Cam 100% because you guys had that team really wasn't supposed to be a 7th, 8th place team. Right. They just got it together towards the second half of the season. Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, you're probably what, second, third best team in the West.
We had the best record in the second half. Since the trade deadline, we had the best record.
Okay, but the D'Lo thing is not just about him being a scapegoat for how he played. It's
Okay.
also a financial decision.
$29 million, right?
Yep.
Kind of money that
A financial decision that we got his bird rights. It makes a big difference.
Well, but see, that's the point. Do you want to pay him that kind of money?
No.
And you don't have that
I don't want
kind
to
of
get into
guarantee?
I don't want to get into his contract because if D'Lo want to be there, he already know what he got to do too. Though that's given.
But listen, who wants to leave money on the table? Really?
Say, man, listen to me, man. I don't want no 40-year-old point guard to get hurt every year in the playoffs. All right? I know where this is going, Lloyd.
No, I definitely wasn't saying that. I definitely wasn't saying that. Hold on.
Hey, listen, man.
I mean, but you'll pay Kyrie double the amount of money you'll pay D'Lo.
Because he's Kyrie Irving.
Dang, that Chris Paul got you drinking, man. What is going on?
Well, no, but
That
I
was stopping Chris Paul to say, "Do not stay away from the Lakers."
right.
Yeesh.
Man, you know what Kyrie can do, so I mean.
Well, we know what Kyrie can do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We know, but we don't know. We don't know what we get from Kyrie as well.
I know you can get the best Kyrie from LeBron James. That's what I do know.
Well,
Okay, hold on. Let's throw this out. Because since we're here, let's talk about the real suspects. Out of the people who are probably going to be mentioned in LA, D'Lo, Chris Paul, Kyrie,
Van Fleet.
That's out there, but it's not as Van Fleet and other, and we'll say and other, because there may be somebody else that's better than all of those.
Hold on, Lord. Where did Nick Nurse go to?
I think Fred is going to Philly. I think that's done.
That's where Nick Nurse went to?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gone then.
I think it's done. I think that's done. And by the way, I think that may be a better fit because
I agree.
He's going to open up Tyrese Maxey's game and Embiid's game, and you got a sure guy that's going to not fade in the playoffs shooting the ball. So I think that's a better fit. But that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah. So out of the four choices, and then there's one more that got floated today that I despise, but I'll put it on the table for conversation purposes. Harden got floated out there today by Kendrick Perkins, which I think is ignorant. This is not one I'm excited about at all.
Man, I don't see you guys. To me, it
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I'm agreeing with Cam saying in the beginning, man, you got a young team. You got some that can play off the ball. See, here's the thing people are not realizing. When you got two dominant players like LeBron and AD, you got to have players that can play off the ball. If you bring these dominant guys in the mix, you can hurt yourself, and especially if you got a dominant ball player who can't play defense. Let's remember that. Like you said in the beginning, Cam, you gotta now everybody's chasing to beat the champion right now.
Yeah.
How do you beat the champion? You cannot beat the champion with three ball dominating people on your team.
You got to have
James Harden.
You got to have Michael Porter Jr. You got to have Aaron Gordon.
You got to have those players, and I think the Lakers have that. I think you can add a piece or two, but you ain't got to go add a superstar to make that team great.
I don't think you have to add a superstar either. But here are the choices that are out there: Kyrie, Fred, D'Lo, Trey Jones from San Antonio. If they don't want to match his contract, there he's restricted, but they'd have to match him. We're not doing that again. Russell Westbrook, we're not doing that again. Javon Carter. There's not a lot of options.
I mean, LeBron needs a complimentary piece next to him, and the only person that compliments him at this point is Kyrie right now, because we've seen it happen. So.
I don't think we need Kyrie, though. I want him. I just don't think we need him. I think, hear me out. We're talking about point guard pretty much, right? These are the point guards we're talking about. Mm-hmm. The way the game is played now, I think the last time we won was, let me look at my banner. Hold on. 2020.
But we had a genius running point guard at that point.
Who?
Rajon Rondo.
No, he was not. He came off the bench. He played about not even 20 minutes a game, not even 18 minutes.
Hold on. Are you gonna sit here and tell me that 20 minutes a game was not the most impactful 20?
No,
point guard
what
position?
I am going to tell you is that LeBron James led the league in assists that year as the point guard. LeBron needs to be the
Yeah,
point
but
guard.
okay, but now you're in semantics.
No.
know
What I'm
LeBron
saying,
is the actual
Lord,
point
what
guard.
I'm saying is, I'm not going to spend money on the point guard position. I got LeBron. I got Dennis Schroeder. I got Austin Reeves coming back.
Well, then
I'm going to get
we're
big.
saying the same thing. My point is, why go spend money on D'Lo or Kyrie?
Right, that's what I'm
Or
saying.
get somebody younger.
I'm not
Like
saying
Eddie's
younger.
always telling us we need to stay young.
I'm not necessarily saying younger. We already got younger. If you could go get Draymond Green right now, I'm going to go get Draymond Green right now with the team I got right now.
My only challenge with getting Kyrie or D'Lo is that neither of these ninjas can play defense.
I'm going to get Draymond Green.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be as easy to pry him away as you think it is.
Hey, did y'all just lose your GM, Chad?
Say it again.
Y'all just lost y'all GM?
Yes, sir.
Blow it up.
They're not blowing it up.
Nah, we're not blowing it
I don't
up.
think they're blowing it up.
Okay.
Well, they're blowing it up, but not in the
Draymond
way,
Green would be his name would be surface. I promise you.
they're gonna blow it up, but not in the way you think it. I think
No, I'm just saying Draymond Green name would be surface. I'm telling
I
you.
mean, if he were to go any place, that would be
it would
probably.
be
It
the
would be
Lakers.
the Lakers.
I agree. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's more likely that Jordan Poole is out.
I hate this. I think you really want Chris Paul, and you just don't want to say it. I think that's
I
what
really-
because we can get him at the minimum. We can get him for nothing. I think that's the kind of stuff you want right now.
Man, basically, you just need somebody to just dribble down the court and pass the ball to LeBron. You don't really need much.
No, you need somebody like I said before. That y'all got dominant players.
You got to
better
defend Jokic, man.
Yeah, we got Jokic problems.
Everybody do.
Everybody
We got
does.
problems.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
What about some of the other teams in the league? We mentioned Philly. I think Fred VanVleet's a done deal. I really think that's just they
What
just
about
wait till
Phoenix?
July 1st.
What about Phoenix?
They need
I'm
to
hearing
a lot
Harden. I'm hearing James Harden to Phoenix. Is what I'm hearing.
In my opinion, they have a lot of problems.
Man, we already seen that. We already seen players team up. We already seen that in Brooklyn.
I mean, if James Harden with Phoenix, would the Lakers be scared of with Phoenix right now?
Nobody would be afraid of that.
There's not enough basketballs to go around in Phoenix.
There's nothing to be afraid of.
With Devin Booker, James Harden, and KD, there's not enough basketballs to go around.
I'm sorry, guys. That would scare me. I'm just going to say it. Yes.
But the problem is with James Harden, and I hate to say Doc called him out on it, is James Harden does not know how to play off the ball. He
does not. He does not.
just-
But KD does.
KD,
Booker
yeah.
does.
Yes, good
Have
point.
we already seen this movie 2 times with them?
Exactly.
Listen, we already talked about this last week. You can't keep going back to your old girlfriend thinking it's gonna work out. You done tried this before. Yeah, I like being with you. But
And then James run from him?
No,
listen, Jay,
it wasn't about Harden. That was
Well-
all Kyrie. It was not about Harden.
they was trying to have one of these modern relationships with these thruples, and it didn't work out. I just think they need to move up. Now, here's one that's a sneaky. I don't know where this is going. I don't think he's leaving, but like Chris Middleton,
No, I
that's
think
actually what Phoenix needs.
but he's gonna stay. Why would you leave?
Yeah,
Well, he got a
exactly.
play option. He's gonna opt out,
Yep.
and the GM got money.
Right.
But he's in a good situation, man. It
Yeah.
doesn't
It's a
make
great
sense.
situation,
It doesn't make sense.
but if a bigger check lies somewhere else, Chad,
I mean,
buddy,
They're gonna-
listen.
hey, he can stretch that dollar in Milwaukee real quick. Though. He's
Yeah.
stretching that dollar. So, and he's not. He's the number 2 at this point.
I'll tell you the one move I don't want to see Phoenix do, because I know this would be a problem. I don't want them to go. I don't want KD to have a change of heart. Remember that old game show, Change of Heart, where you want to go into a different direction? I don't want him to have a change of heart and be like, remember when I had said them things about Bruce Brown? My bad. And now all of a sudden he want Bruce Brown in Phoenix. I don't want that.
Now, let me ask y'all this question.
That'd be a problem.
Yeah.
Since everybody has a Joker problem, does Aiden stay in Phoenix now?
He's gone anyway.
No, not at all. Not at all.
They should. They should.
With no Monty Williams, they should. You're right.
Because you can't replace that easy.
Okay.
So they should do that. Now, how much damage has been done is the question.
Now, if I'm Golden State, if he's out there,
oh my God,
that's somebody you should be looking at.
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah.
Listen, that's the perfect. That is the perfect. You know how much better Looney would be having Ayton?
He'd be coming off the bench.
Well, he'll be getting, he'll be getting rest.
Right.
Like
then
just
then you have an actually offensive big man that will give you offense without getting you putbacks and layups. You can actually go to him.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is those minutes that Looney gives you off the bench become just that much more valuable, especially on the defensive side and the rebounding side.
Right.
Because now you getting everything, and oh my, Ayton is what they hope Wiseman would be.
Right.
And so that would be interesting. Now I'm gonna throw something out that I didn't think I would throw out. I'm gonna leave Phoenix for a second, but I saw this somewhere the other day, and I was like, "Damn, that makes sense." Dylan Brooks to Miami.
I've heard, that's the talk from the jump. That
Actually makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. The demeanor.
Because number one, they're gonna fix all that clown stuff that he be doing. They're gonna fix all that. They got to worry about none of that no more.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler's not gonna have that.
But if Miami can pull off this Damian Lillard thing that they're trying to pull off, having a Dylan Brooks makes sense. That actually makes sense. Big guard, can guard, gives them a little size. Now they still gotta go get another big. But that makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know. Reggie didn't get too excited about that Dylan Brooks thing.
No, because you got I think you got Tyler Hero and you got a lot of those other guards who stepped up their game, those undrafted guys that played well in the
Offensively.
Yeah, but Dylan Brooks, come on, man, he's not that great of a defensive player. He's just talking to nobody.
He is.
Man, come on, LeBron.
It was LeBron.
He did get done in by one of the greatest players of all time.
Yeah, the all-time.
I don't think he's that. I mean,
I don't love Dylan Brooks either.
We don't know what he is. We don't know what he is really.
I know I will take him on the team, but I just don't think
he is a great defender. Look at what he has done. He's a great defender. It was LeBron though.
Right, but I just don't think he's gonna make Miami that better of a team. That's just my opinion.
No, not myself.
But it's a good fit for him though,
right.
And it's a good fit for Miami.
I'm saying with the only reason I would bring in Dylan Brooks is because I'm able to pull off this Damian Lillard thing,
right?
And then I'm able to pull off another big. Now him being there makes sense because all I need you to do is be a defender. I don't even really need you to make shots. Just go out here and defend. Yeah. So that makes sense.
If you want y'all to take him in LA.
We're good with that.
No, we're good.
We're not good with that.
No, we're all right.
We ain't none of that.
We're good.
But you see them two right there.
Yeah.
He make a great spur.
They want him for everybody else but their team.
He make a great spur.
He would make a great spur with Pop. He would be great.
Great warrior.
I mean, Pop. Yeah, he couldn't fit in our system. He just
him and Draymond would be fighting.
Throw him in our system.
Yeah, but they would fight, but they wouldn't mess up team chemistry because they be like,
it'll be already messed up. Nah.
What about Taylor Horton Tucker?
Nah.
But got a player option, can opt out. Should he leave Utah? 22.
Nah, he'll stay. Utah gave people some runs for their money a little bit.
I would opt out if I was him because he could probably go get paid more than what he's getting now.
We got a lot of young teams that restarted this past year, and they're gonna be. Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get from them. They're gonna fight, but they're not gonna win. But they're gonna fight.
We're not talking about the elephant in the room, guys.
What's the elephant in the room?
Zion Williamson. I heard they were maybe exploring about
the elephant in the room. Wow.
I've heard that they may be exploring about making that move at this point.
I mean, we talking about Bonds.
Well, the rumor is that let's be even clearer than that. Let's be even clearer than that. The real rumor is that they want to do a deal with Charlotte for their pick. A second pick, I think they have the second pick. Charlotte does. And they want Scoot Henderson.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing.
First of all, I love Scoot Henderson. I love him. I think
that boy from Alabama.
Decent actor, by the way. Decent actor.
Listen to me. If I'm Charlotte, I'm.
There's no way.
Yeah, it would.
But Charlotte is close to home. Maybe I get some act right.
That's
about
what
not knowing
him.
what you're gonna get, man. Jesus.
You know what I'm saying.
He got a lot of
Jordan ain't
problems.
that desperate, is he?
A lot of problems.
Jai got a lot of problems right now. He got a lot of problems.
I mean, one good thing, he looked like he lost some weight.
Well,
Yeah, but this so what?
He been working.
322?
He been working his legs out a lot.
they say that level of activity will help you lose weight.
Calorie boost. Big
Hey,
calorie
Lord,
boost.
it's the okie doke. He fooling them. He losing weight for the trade, huh? All right.
I listen. Okay, but to Chad's point, you have to decide something with Zion. Like, you got to figure something out. Like, bro, come on, man. I can't have another season where you have. First of all, and by the way, that story is getting worse by the day because there's some rumors out there now about that story, about the girl he's with, that if that comes out to be true, he got some real problems on his hand, like criminal type stuff. Like it's not good. It's starting to get worse. So at some point, don't you have to be like, we good, man. We gonna move on. Like,
But see, here's the crazy thing about it. The unthing about it, this year, last year, around November, December, we were talking about this kid as the MVP of the league. On this show, we were talking about that.
We know why. We know why now.
So
well, we didn't know he had a harem. Like we didn't realize. If we didn't know he was just focusing on basketball, that made sense. We thought he was just focusing on basketball.
You see, if you're a GM, that's the reserve you get from it. Because, like, man, can you get this same kid for the whole year? Is it possible? I'm not saying
he hasn't proved that it's possible yet. And let me be clear, his life is not going to become more relaxed. He's about to have a baby.
Or two, or three.
Or two, possibly two. We don't listen. I hear you, Reggie.
Oh, no, I'm not defending them at all.
I got you. The talent is
who's going to take on $200 million with that? See, we always talk about giving away, but who's going to take it? That's the thing. Who's going to take it?
But don't
hold up. I don't see Golden State and LA raising their hand.
Yeah, we good.
We don't need to got problem. We already got enough problems.
We good.
He would make five in LA.
We the reason he over there. We good.
I don't know, man. They got a real problem though. They got to decide something. Right. That's gonna be, and I'm gonna tell you something. The Ja Morant thing is a problem. Like that's a problem. Like sometime this week or early next week, maybe the commissioner may wait till Monday to drop the bomb on him because he want to let the trade out the way.
He's gonna drop it Friday night at midnight.
I think he's gonna drop it Friday, but he may wait
on who?
On Ja. Oh, he's about to hit him with the 41.
Come on, man. Come on.
For real, he about to hit him with the 41.
Come on, LA, man. Chill out.
So you got some mentors.
LA,
you got some mentors over there for him.
Listen.
Do we need to be in LA though?
Call me Jerry Jones. I'll take the problem.
Nah, man.
Sick of Jerry Jones.
As long as he don't go over there by Crenshaw and all that stuff.
He needs to be with a LeBron James.
He's throwing Crimson blood signs like he one of them.
Oh, he don't want.
Don't do that.
No, those not real signs like the gun one reels. Don't do that.
Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, like the gun wasn't real. You know what? This gonna be a very interesting offseason because some teams got to decide who they want to be. This whole offseason is gonna be about identity. Who do we want to be?
Atlanta.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota.
Can I ask a question? Well, since we're on Atlanta real quick, I just want to stay in Atlanta real quick. You mean to tell me, Atlanta, that you moved all them draft picks over to San Antonio, did all that just to get rid of DeJounte Murray in the end? That sounds crazy to me.
We're going to get him back.
That sounds crazy to me. So if they trade DeJounte Murray, I'm going to be like, y'all crazy as hell.
I told y'all. Told you a couple weeks ago there may be a move.
I don't think I can't believe that's gonna happen. That's gotta be just conjecture. They can't be true. That don't even make sense. Okay, you said Minnesota. I think Cat's gone for sure.
Boston. What is it about?
Yeah, I think Cat's gone for sure.
I take it back. Not Boston. Not mine. I think Boston is good too. They can stay put because
No,
they're gonna have.
They can't.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing, Lloyd. They got Gallinari coming. Gallinari was out for the entire season. That's gonna help them. That's
Yeah,
big.
They didn't move on.
I agree.
That's like a good trade right there. Trading for Gallinari. They're gonna get him.
And you got Cassell on the bench with him now.
Yeah, I think so, man.
Exactly.
They didn't move on.
I'm telling you who I would go after. I said it last week. He probably won't go. I would go after Chris Paul for that squad.
He could go. Please go over there. Please.
I mean, here's my reason
I
why.
don't hate that. I said it last week as well. I don't hate that. I think that makes sense to me. Now, it don't make sense to me with Marcus Smart.
I mean, but if you're mentoring him,
He ain't gonna take that. He the defensive player of the year. You think he gonna listen to Chris Paul?
I mean,
If he's
well,
smart,
come
he
on,
will.
offense, how to run
Him-
an offense.
Him and Chris Paul have been to the finals the same amount of times. Why would I listen to you?
What?
Got the same amount of rings.
They got the same amount of rings. They've been to the finals the same amount of times.
But I mean, you bring Cassell in that nucleus, and you bring Chris Paul. I think that can be. Now we're talking. They can be coming out of the Eastern Conference.
I don't know.
What about
I
Dallas?
don't hate that. I can't argue against that. I just don't like it.
What
I
about
can't
Dallas?
argue against it. I just don't like it. Go
What
ahead,
about
Rick.
Dallas? What about Dallas? They got to do something. I mean, we don't know. They don't even. This is the tough thing about having Kyrie on the books right now. You don't even know what you got. You don't
The
know.
problem with Dallas is they only got one move. They only got one move this summer. They either get Kyrie or they take several steps back.
That's tough.
Exactly.
That's it.
That was the biggest gamble because you don't get a player like give up all what they gave up to get a player like that and only have him for 2 months.
Yeah. They're in a tough spot. They're in a real tough spot.
What about the Clippers?
They're
Oh,
gonna
man.
run it again and hope they stay healthy.
I mean, this. Listen, now what's going on with the Clippers? I'm happy for. I mean, you can talk all you want about.
I mean,
the Lakers.
listen, as a Laker fan,
Yes.
I don't care.
I mean, the Clippers have to just play in a bubble, a bag, or something like the bubble man, so they won't stay, so they can stay
But
healthy.
they
Long as
tried,
can
they
do that.
tried it. They load manage like
But they need to put them all. You
missed
know,
like
the
20
bubble.
games.
They can like the little hamster. They run and
Man, but they got two players with injury, reputation, so they knew what they were getting. They just wanted to take that
But
chance.
they got to make a decision too. They got to figure out what they're going to do, and they getting a new arena.
I think Tyronn Lue gonna be out of there too soon.
No, I don't think it's big.
Fired.
I think no. I'm not saying he gonna. I'm saying he may leave. I'm not saying he gonna get fired.
I
No,
think
he
they're gonna run it back one more
always
year.
leaving. He gonna get fired.
The two teams that can be sneaky with all these moves is Sacramento, because if Sacramento get another piece, that's gonna be tough, especially
Big
building off what they just come off of.
What it is?
A
They
big
missing
piece.
a big, right? They missing
That's it.
somebody.
Yeah,
Center.
they missing
That's a
Rudy.
little more
Rudy, they missing Rudy G. That's what they missing.
Rudy could be good.
Ooh,
There.
Rudy
What,
be
hold
good.
on. What if they go after Cat?
Ooh,
They still-
I'm
I
sure they
love
got-
Cat. I love Cat, but there's still a Joker problem.
I think they need Rudy. Rudy would do them justice. Because then you ain't got nobody trying to take the ball out of the Aaron Fox hand, out of the other kid hand. Rudy's the defensive guy.
Minnesota's digging their heels in on Gobert. They want Gobert over Cat.
Mhm.
And I get it because Gobert, like for the same reason that you just said, that's why they want to keep Gobert over because now Anthony can just be free to play.
Right.
Mhm.
So Cat's gonna move somewhere, y'all. He's moving somewhere.
I got a place for him. I got a place for Cat right now.
Where
Detroit. With Monty Williams and with that young squad over there. He could go, yeah. That's Detroit.
Well, let me say this. I fully expect Detroit because they have a lot of pieces
And draft picks.
and they got draft picks. Keep
And
your
they-
eyes on Cat. Keep your eyes on Bradley Beal.
Miles Turner.
I would say they're going to be in on a lot of different conversations because they have the components that everybody's looking for. They could be in on Jaylen Brown. I like Jaylen Brown in Detroit. I love Jaylen Brown in Detroit.
And then we can't talk without talking about the Knicks because the Knicks got a lot of movement that they can do too because of the players they have.
They got, and don't forget Salt Lake City. They may do something.
What about Cleveland? You think Cleveland make moves?
I think they just need. They don't need to.
I just think they need time.
They need to get healthy. That's what
Yeah.
they need.
Yeah, they need to get help. They just need time. They're okay. They're
like-
a lot closer to where they want to be than they think they are.
Kind of like Oklahoma. They're about the same way. They just need.
Cleveland reminds me of Sacramento. Like they have pretty much everything they need. They might need maybe one or two more veteran pieces,
Yeah.
but everything, like they need a Bruce Brown. A Bruce Brown would be fantastic for them because that gives them the defensive side that they need. They got the offensive stuff. I think they got that covered, but they don't have the defensive side quite the way it needs to be yet. So this is gonna be a fun offseason, y'all. This is gonna be a fun offseason. You know what? I'm surprised we talked about the Lakers a little. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. We're not agreeing to have this conversation and not talk about Reggie Spurs.
Oh man, we nothing to
What
talk
do they
about.
need to put around Victor?
I mean, the problem is with Spurs. Let's be honest. It's not an attractive city. They always been a homegrown team. There's not a team. It's not like a LA or.
They sneaky. They sneaky. That's what they are. They trying to argue about they're gonna give
We
Austin
just
Reeves.
gonna get AR and call it a day.
That's not happening, brother.
They're trying to give Austin Reeves $100 million. They so sneaky with it.
They trying. Pop has got his. Pop know people in Arkansas. He called them.
And the crazy thing about it, when you got a player like him, now you might get a player too that wants to come play with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let me be clear. He's going to attract a lot of attention because as he continues to develop his game and get his body right,
He's a free ride.
and here's the scary part about him. He's Giannis skinny right now. And I mean Giannis came into the league skinny. But if he takes the same trajectory as Giannis as far as his body is concerned,
He could possibly be better because he can already shoot better.
he will be better. He will be better.
And
He will be
see,
10 times better.
and we still got, people not talking. Keldon Johnson is still growing. I mean,
Yeah.
he's still, he's starting to make a little noise. So
Yeah.
Their contract.
It's going to be a fun offseason, people. Going to be a fun offseason. All right. Let's jump into question 4. That was good. We covered a lot of ground there. Well, a lot of stuff is still going on in the NFL as well. Some teams might be one player away from really making some noise this year. And we know the guys that are out there for the most part, who haven't signed and who have signed. This first of all, let's start with this. Man, that Stephon Diggs thing came out of nowhere.
yeah.
Like, what is it? I still don't even know what the
Ain't
problem is.
nobody going to Cowboys.
Hey, he did say he want to play with his brother.
Oh man, here we go.
Tell his brother to get on a plane and fly to Buffalo. Don't do that to yourself, brother.
Hey, man. Hey. We'll
Don't do that to
welcome.
yourself, brother. Don't go to the Cowboys. Don't do that.
We'll welcome you with open arms, sir.
I know what the most significant move is about to be.
What's that?
It could be Dalvin Cook if he go to Miami.
But why haven't Miami pulled the trigger on that yet? What's the holdup?
I know he just got cut. Nobody has pulled a trigger. I think both sides want each other. So I think he's gonna be in Miami at the end of the day. And ain't that's where is that where Jalen Ramsey went to?
Yeah, unless somebody overpays.
That's probably what they're trying to see the market. They're trying to.
I think they're trying to see if somebody's going to overpay first.
Yeah.
And Miami can get him, or they can get Derrick Henry, or whoever it is, Zeke, if they get a running back. And B-Hop going to the Cowboys.
The Cowboys. Why y'all try to put everybody on the Cowboys? What's that about?
I don't try to put everybody on the Cowboys.
I feel like you're trying to help them. I feel like you're trying to help them.
Hey, Lord, everybody that's listening to this, and you guys know I hate the Cowboys with a passion. Don't make
Yeah,
me
but you keep sending people over there. Stop
Hey,
sending
man,
people
I'm
over
just
there.
telling you what I think. I'm just.
Hey, man, I don't know who listens to this show. I feel like Jerry Jones listens to this show and you influencing him. So
But
stop.
no, you know what?
Talk your
I
stuff,
heard?
Cam. Talk your
Who's
stuff.
flirting with D Hop?
Pats.
Who's that?
Patriots.
No, and I'm not saying it, I did actually see this. It's Denver.
They need him.
Yeah.
I heard they're flirting with him for real. I heard
They
that.
need him.
for real
They need him
receivers.
probably more than anybody.
Denver got receivers.
Yeah,
No,
but they need
Baltimore is where he needs to be, though. That's where he needs to go.
Baltimore got receivers too.
I agree.
Yeah,
They don't have Hopkins. This would be the best. Think about it. This would be the best receiver that Lamar has ever had, including college.
I thought OBJ is the best receiver he's ever had.
Y'all know
Yeah, but he only gonna play 4 games. I mean, stop.
Yeah, I say, do y'all know he's still not running? Did y'all know that?
Who's that?
I didn't know that. What you mean?
OBJ.
That's not what I heard. I heard they said he was catching routes and everything.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I
maybe I heard
heard
he's
it
not.
today.
He's not doing something that. Yeah.
Well, he's probably not in a contact situation.
He's gonna play 6 games, guys. Stop. We talking about a receiver that
Why
plays.
are we doing
I'm
that?
calling a spade a spade. Talk about the last 6 years. Tell me how many games he played this year. I don't make this up.
Okay, but who goes to Cleveland and has success? Let's talk about that. Can we do that?
Call it what you want. We talking about his health. That's what we talking about.
Oh, I don't love that.
You don't like Hopkins with Lamar Jackson?
Oh no, I love that.
Oh,
I
what do you
absolutely
don't like?
love that. I just don't. That is a hell of an insurance policy. Let me say that.
I don't know. I see that D Hop is looking at the Patriots.
That ain't gonna happen.
You talking like he's still with the Giants or something.
Who?
That's where he wanted him to go.
That's
Well,
what-
listen. Let's be clear. I would love for him to come to the Giants. That'd be awesome. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I would love for it to happen. That'd be
Hey
cool.
man, y'all got a phenom over there that nobody even is so
Listen,
far on the radar. That boy
I
can still-
agree. I feel good about what we got. We okay.
Yeah, and that is
Um,
they're hosting D Hop and the Patriots is. He's going to visit.
Well, according to the Athletic, shout out to the Athletic, they have talked today, and they are uncertain about the visit though. They don't know when he's coming to visit. They're working through it right now.
See the thing he got going against him right now.
Belichick said, "I'm not a travel agent."
He is his own agent. That's the problem right now with D Hop.
He's his own.
What does he want? What is he looking for? That's the real question.
He needs to be looking for a team that he can get a ring.
He's looking for Jerry Jones.
Who gonna throw on the ball?
Cooper Rush.
Whoa.
Why you hating on your boy? That's your quarterback. I'm gonna do you like you did me. I'm gonna do you like you did me with Daniel Jones. That's your quarterback.
I ain't ride for him like you rather for Daniel Jones.
I didn't ride for Daniel Jones. I just got on the Daniel Jones train last year.
I didn't ride with Daniel Jones.
I didn't ride. I can admit that.
You
I
changed
didn't
your
ride
tune.
for him.
You changed your tune. He gonna be all right now.
Oh, I absolutely changed my tune.
Hey,
But I
Reggie,
didn't realize I coached
Reggie,
him.
did he work his neck? I didn't ride with Daniel Jones.
I didn't. I didn't. What you want me
He's
to lie?
about to-
I don't
his
lie
head
on
about
this
to fall
podcast.
off like Obama head.
Hey, I don't lie on this podcast. I did not ride for that brother until last year. Now, because of my coach, I am a Daniel Jones supporter.
We'll see how long
Keep
that
going.
lasts.
If he's going, I'll be a fan.
He mad at me.
What's the best place for D-Hop? You said the Cowboys. What you say? You said the Broncos. Chad, what you say?
I can't go against what Cam's saying.
Well, that's because you're a loyalist.
I mean, it's a good situation, but
You just said Cooper Rush is going to throw in the ball. How's it a good situation?
did you see Cooper Rush?
Cooper Rush sucks. He's terrible.
Okay.
Y'all know Cooper Rush. Stop. Wait, hold on. What you're not going to do is come on here and say Cooper Rush is good.
Okay.
No. Dak
Cooper
approved-
Rush
Dak
is
approved
trash.
that pass
He
rush.
should be a backup, man. Stop.
Stop that.
Man, come on.
Hey,
Y'all stop.
that
Don't
is
do
that-
this, Reggie. Don't
Hey,
do
you
this.
better than that. You better than that.
Dak is gonna prove y'all wrong this year. I
hope
said it
so.
first.
I hope
No,
so.
he's not.
I hope
No,
so.
he's not.
If,
That
that,
is
if,
who
if
he
not, I'm done with him. I'm done.
Now, let me say this. if Cowboys go get the DeAndre Hopkins thing doesn't scare me to the Cowboys. What scares me to the Cowboys is if they get Dalvin Cook. That scares me.
I don't think that's
because we don't have an answer for that. Nobody has an answer for that.
Zeke
You don't have an answer for Dalvin Cook and Tony Pollard.
Zeke is going back to the Cowboys.
Huh?
Zeke will be back with the Cowboys.
He gonna Thanos him?
Zeke's gonna be right back
with your own failure.
I think Zeke is gonna be in Cleveland.
Yeah, because he's running out of options.
I mean, it's home. It's
Ohio
home.
ties.
It's home. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. I mean, I can't argue with that either. I feel bad for Zeke because Zeke bet on himself and he seems to be losing.
Don't feel bad for that dude.
I do feel bad. For
he is laying on a pile of money.
Let me say this. I feel bad for every running back because the running back market is screwed up right now. It really is. Like they're not really valuing these dudes like they really deserve to be valued. And it shouldn't take this long to go on and pay them their money. Like, I don't know why we delaying the inevitable. We go pay Saquon. I don't understand what we waiting on.
Right. I don't see why Minnesota. I'm trying to figure out why Minnesota pulled the move they pulled.
I don't even know.
They got a new GM, and he's trying to make his mark, and he's trying to cut salary, and
But who is even their starter? Who is Minnesota's starter at this point?
The kid that looked just like him.
Yep, they tried to put all they trying to put all of their eggs in the receiver basket. So they got Jefferson, and then they got the kid they drafted. I forgot what's the kid from Ohio State?
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
So they try to put all their eggs in that basket, which is fine. Listen, this is a passing league, so I get it. But you can't pass if your dude can't stay upright.
Right.
So don't you have to run the ball some? So I don't know.
Guess not.
I don't know. It's going to be an interesting way close out to all that. All right. Final question of the night, gentlemen. I'm not sure we helped anybody in the NFL tonight. But final question of the night. In honor of Father's Day, who is the best father-son duo in sports? The Ripkins, the Griffeys, the Currys. Let me say this. This is a Chad Major question because he wanted us to say the Currys.
But you don't know. I got a problem because y'all didn't put a father-son duo in here.
Jeff?
No, you didn't put Mike and Marcus because they both got a Scotty. I mean, they both got Pippen.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
Wow.
Oh, my bad. That was
Come on, man.
Yeah,
that was good, wasn't it? They both got Pippen.
The shade on this show is so ridiculous.
Why
Shout
would
out
you put Mike and Marcus in here, man?
Shout out to the
They
Pippen.
both got a Pippen. I'm just saying.
Shout out to the Pippen. They both got a Pippen as a running mate. You right. You right.
Jeez.
You right. You right. He right though. Where's the lie? Where's the lie, Chad? Where's the lie?
Wow.
I know Chad wants me to say the Currys is the greatest father-son duo, and I feel you on that, Chad. But it's not the greatest father-son duo.
I didn't say it was.
The greatest father-son duo for me is the Mannings. All them Super Bowls the Mannings got. Come on, man.
But did the dad get a? The dad didn't get a Super Bowl.
Dad
did he?
didn't do diddly squat, but that ain't his fault.
But hold up. But in order to be great, doesn't the father and son have to win?
Well, the dad is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, yeah, his
He's
dad.
a Hall of Famer.
Okay, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer.
Okay,
Listen,
then, all right.
it wasn't his fault
Okay,
that his team sucked. They were terrible. New Orleans was terrible.
okay.
It ain't his fault. It still got into the Hall of Fame.
That's-
But he took all the failures of his Hall of Fame career and poured it into his boys.
I'm gonna ride with you. I'm gonna jump in your car.
I'm not sure you can really argue with this because you're a Colts fan. So
I'm gonna jump in your car. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump in.
The only other one I was thinking of, and the Currys would have to be in the conversation for sure. But I thought about the Nortons.
That's what I'm talking about. Ken Norton.
Yeah.
I mean, one was a heavyweight champion that knocked out Muhammad Ali, broke his jaw,
Right.
and the other was a 3-time Super Bowl champ.
Now you got the Thompsons on there. Did you put the Thompsons' name?
Thompson's on the list.
Thompson's on there. Yeah.
How many
But
rings
you
they
really
got?
got to knock Curry off. You really got to knock him off.
Right,
Because
they didn't win nothing.
Dale didn't win a Super Bowl. I mean, not Super Bowl, but the NBA championship didn't.
Dale didn't win nothing.
No.
Did
Not
Dale
Hall of
win a
Fame?
3-point contest?
He won the game of life. Yeah.
Not really.
we're not talking
Not
about
really.
that.
Yeah.
Hey, not really.
Your son is
They're
in
out
the
these streets
NBA.
single.
Your son's in the NBA.
They're out here. They're out these streets single again. He didn't even win that.
Hey, I said the Griffies, man, just because wore my hat in honor, to the back for the Griffies, man.
But they win. No.
Yeah, what did they win?
They didn't really win anything.
Both
Hall of Famers. Both Hall of Famers.
Both Hall of Famers.
But they didn't win anything.
You got to put a championship. You got to put a championship. We're making a mark on this.
I didn't say winningest. I said
Now I'm gonna go real wide.
Calvin Hill.
What about the Andrettis? Mario and Michael. Indy 500s, Daytona 500s. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Dale Earnhardt and
Earnhardt, Earnhardt's.
And what about Calvin Hill and Grant Hill?
Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Ain't win no championships.
And we didn't win nothing though. They both Hall of Famers though. They both Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Hey, what about? I got one more. What about Mike and Marcus? All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Come on, man.
The word sting, Reggie. Somewhere Scottie Pippen is rolling over in his grave right now.
God, Reggie's bad, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Did we say Barry Bonds?
Bonds, yeah.
Oh, we forgot about Barry. Bobby and Barry.
We're just gonna put an asterisk by that though, but yeah.
Shout out to steroids.
Hey, I had somebody that may be up and coming though. I got two. Bronny and Bryce and Charlie Woods.
I tell you what, Bronny and Bryce. Let me tell you something. I've been watching Bryce highlights the last month or so. He got a lot of his daddy in him. And he's getting stronger and taller by the day.
Say, man, listen, I'm tired of arguing with my sports people. They keep talking about Bronny. Bronny ain't gonna have nothing on Bryce.
Bryce is it.
Bronny's gonna have a good career because he's smart. He's super smart.
I think,
but Bryce's
he's gonna settle down in a point guard role.
Bryce got
he's gonna settle in the point guard role. But
Bryce got the ill factor.
Yeah, Bryce got something that with all due respect to Bronny.
Yeah.
And he gonna have that height, bro. Like he's 6'6" now.
Yeah.
What is Bronny though? Bronny
like 6'3", 6'4".
No, I'm saying, but what is he? Is he like the guy that's in Cleveland right now? The Spider? Is he more like Spider?
Yeah, he's probably more like that. That's
good. That's good. That's not bad.
That's a good career.
But and here's the thing: we can't. Now we'll get to see who he is next year. Because he'll be playing against USC grown men. So, in which I think he'll have a great year. Not saying he's not, but it'd be exciting for us to actually see him rather than seeing highlights.
And he may still have a chance to grow a little bit too. So he may hit that spurt too,
like Scotty.
Oh man,
Scotty did
hit the grove. Scotty did hit the grove. You're right.
I'm just saying, like. Scotty did grow.
Yeah,
when you said Scotty, I thought you said hit the girl, and you
I said grow.
You hit the growth. That's what I call it. I didn't hear it. It was a delay. It was a delay on my speaker, and I apologize.
He talking about his bookie,
bro,
right?
Not the girl. Shout out to them too. They got a podcast together.
Who is that?
They got a podcast together.
Oh man,
the Jordan Pippen podcast.
Oh my God!
Was it called?
Best of both worlds.
Six ring conversation.
I think it's called.
It's called Triangle.
Hey,
3P.
Can you imagine Marcus saying, "Well, I remember you at my birthday parties."
Oh man, what do they talk about this? I think one of the things I heard today, they was talking about how much the kids love Marcus. They love him.
They're the same age.
It ain't but one person that can fix this. They gotta get these families together. They gotta bring Phil Jackson in.
I was thinking Phil Jackson. I was thinking nice some sage and
once Scotty on the Lakers, Scotty Son was on the Lakers
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awkward as hell, bro. That's
Hold up. Okay, can we at least talk about
what kind
this?
of Thanksgiving dinner is this?
I know we can. We at least talk about this. What was Scotty talking about Jordan like that for?
I don't know.
Bruh. He mad at Marcus, and he don't want to call Marcus out, so he gonna call out Michael.
I'm gonna whoop your daddy.
Who's gonna? Let me ask y'all a question. This is a real question. This is a real question I'm asking. Who's gonna have a worse Thanksgiving, Marcus and Larsa, or Zion Williams? They're both gonna be bad. They both potentially be real bad.
Well, if all the families
4th of July, I say 4th of July.
if all the families come together, it could be the Currys.
Oh, this guy.
This escalated quickly. This really,
It could be.
this really escalated.
He with his wife, the wife is with the husband, the other one. What's going on
Hey,
over there?
hey, that's an awkward. Hey, listen, that makes for an awkward barbecue.
Hey, man.
I think.
Hey,
Chad
it may be a lot of
Chad
shooting.
laughed at.
It may be a lot of shooting at that 4th of July. And I ain't talking about fireworks. Do you hear me?
No. The only shooting gonna be a John Morant's barbecue. They don't shoot that.
Oh,
They don't shoot everybody.
Yeah, but it'd be a fake gun.
What is
Though.
happening
It'd be
to
like
the
a
show
water,
tonight?
like it'd be a pellet gun or something, right?
This stuff is off the chain tonight, boy. This thing is goodness gracious. What are the shout outs? We better get to these shout outs before we get canceled.
Did you say shout out or shootout? Which one?
Shout. I know it's a delay. I apologize. Shout out. Shout. I didn't hold nothing up in the screen, so it's shout.
Oh my goodness.
That metal detector picture kills me, y'all. I'm telling you right now.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Reggie, you started all this.
hey man. Hey, shout out to all the fathers out there.
All the new fathers.
All the new fathers.
Yeah. Definitely to the new fathers. We want to shout them out.
Stepfathers. Mentors.
Stepmothers. Well, it's not for Mother's Day. It's more stepfathers.
Mentors. Hey, no, seriously, mentors. All the guys are taking a
Yeah.
role in young men's life because we don't talk about that enough. People always talk about fathers is actually bloodline, but fathers goes beyond that. So, and I'm gonna give a shout out to the greatest father of all time, our Savior. So
That's right.
Yeah.
I like how we brought it back to Jesus.
we gotta bring it back. We gotta bring it back. I'm sorry.
Shout out to
Hey, that was part of my repentance.
Hey, it's like on the Boondocks. Shout out to my nigga God.
Take me to the wall.
Hey man, that was part of my repentance.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, all right. I definitely want to shout out you guys as great fathers. You guys are amazing fathers, and I appreciate the example that you set for me and the example that you're setting for your own children. Keep that up. Let's keep being examples for everybody, for the world, man. Keep that up. I do want to shout out to brand new fathers, and I want to pray that those who are affected by their new father then will accept it, because you can get on Twitter all day long, don't change nothing. It's just he's still a daddy, so until the DNA test comes out, that will change nothing.
Oh man.
You gotta let that be what it is. I'm just saying.
Chad, you and Cam got here.
No, I'm trying to help.
Got here. Somebody go next, because he gonna keep going.
But no, hey. In the words of Andre 3000, don't give me no gun. You know what I'm gonna do. Go ahead.
Oh man, I'm done.
Man, I want to shout you guys out. Like Lloyd said, y'all, great examples of fathers, man, with y'all kids, man. Definitely, oh man, y'all definitely know play y'all roles, definitely well, and definitely proud of you guys, and how y'all move, and definitely also want to spend a special shout out to a special father. I'm shouting out LeVar Ball, man.
Yo,
Man.
Can we just take a moment to respect LeVar Ball? Because we didn't know.
Man.
Because now when you look back on it, his fatherhood work was stellar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he ain't got sons out here.
Well, he did. His son did get somebody, you know.
All up on the gram.
Jello did get somebody pregnant. He was on the gram. So.
Yeah, but they together though. Like that, and that was a one-off. Like he loved her for real.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you for setting an example of showing T. Moran how to do it actually, right.
Wow, that shaded out. That shaded out of here.
Damn.
As far as being an NBA basketball dad, keep doing your thing and supporting your kids, man.
LeVar Ball is the new standard, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Save us, Cam.
Shout out to all the fathers. Father, we give it up for the world. The world really celebrates Mother's Day, and they go all out, and it's the biggest day out there, and for restaurants and all that stuff. But fathers play a part, and we don't get as much credit because of what we do and how we do it.
And mentors, like Reggie said.
And no knocks on mom. No knocks on mom. But in today's day, in other people's day, back then, mom was always there. Fathers wasn't. So you can tell when that child has that father in their life, and it makes a huge difference. So shout out to all the fathers on Father's Day, the ones that's doing the best they can. Right. It may not seem like it's enough, for whatever reason that may be, but it's a big deal. I think fathers don't get enough credit for what they do and what they try to do. You know what I mean? So shout out to the fathers. Also want to shout out John is starting his Alexander campaign, helping these youth around the city. He's got a couple of things he's doing and putting them together. They got there showing them techniques and all this kind of stuff, talking to someone that's been in trouble. Like he's really trying to get his thing started up and kicked off. So I'm extremely proud of him. Extremely, extremely proud of him. He's trying to do what's right and trying to get back to the community. So definitely a good shout out to him. And man, shout out to the Denver Nuggets, man. They can't take nothing from them. It was a hell of a season.
It was a great season. Gonna be a great off season. I think this is our last. Is this our last one, or we got one more before we take our break? Because we off in July. Five Nations, just letting y'all know we off in July. We ain't gonna be here.
No.
We're taking a break. We'll be back in August. We'll see you. Now, if something break, we might come on and jump on and do a quick little thing, but we ain't gonna be technically here. Yeah. You just have to catch it when you can, but
And Lord, we forgot about another father-son duel.
Who we forget about?
Yeah.
Mike and Marcus?
I tell you the sport, and you can tell me who I'm talking about. And I believe they both were champions.
Okay, talk to me.
I'm talking about the WWE.
You talking about the Ortons?
No.
Who you talking about?
Shane and Vince?
No. I can't believe y'all even doing this, man.
The I know you're talking about.
I'm talking about the real head of the table.
Von Erich? Is Von Erich?
Nah.
What you talking about?
I'm talking about the real head of the table.
Talking about the Maivia.
Talking about The Rock.
That's right.
That's right.
Peter Maivia.
His daddy was a tag team champion for sure.
Right.
And the Intercontinental champion. Now, if you go back to the High Chief, then you got a nice little trio. Yeah.
I just say that because people don't like to think wrestling as a sport.
I love wrestling. I watch wrestling all the time.
And that family tree is the best in wrestling.
Listen, when you're a girl dad, you got to watch as much testosterone-based shows as you possibly can. Balance that thing out. You got to balance it out. So
Happy Father's Day, Lord.
Hey, listen. You know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Both of y'all girl dads, y'all know what it is.
I get it.
Yeah, y'all know what it is. So, all right, man. Listen, we are on a break. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We will see y'all back in. Oh, I know I had one more shout out. I almost forgot.
Mike and Marcus.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp.
Yes.
Bruh, you first of all, for you to have endured that for 7 years, you are the real MVP.
Yeah, I know.
And secondly, you about to make so much money.
Yeah.
ESPN is chomping at the bit. I think they're ready to scrap their whole first take lineup and make Shannon the like put him in the skip role.
Yeah.
Now it probably won't happen till January,
But it's
I'm
coming.
sure he got a 6 months non-compete clause in there. But shout out to Shannon, man. I mean, you did that, brother.
Man,
So there you go.
Definitely.
All right.
Tim Hardaway Jr. and the Mavs 10th overall pick for the Pistons. Bojan Bogdanovic is a trade being rumored that might happen.
Say that one more time.
Tim Hardaway Jr. and the number 10 pick for Bogdanovic.
I don't like it.
Yes, you do. You got to get off that. You got to get off Hardaway's contract.
But I don't think that's enough, though.
No, it's not enough. But that's going into the right direction, though.
To go get who though? Well, maybe they just try to clear up that Kyrie money.
Right.
Okay.
And add some pieces with it.
Yeah. All right. I mean, that's interesting. Listen, it's gonna be an interesting offseason, people. I hope y'all ready for the drama because it's about to go down.
It's baseball season time now, though. I'm finna tune in to baseball.
Shout out to the Rangers, baby. Let's go. No, I won't see that. Y'all in last place. You shouldn't even be putting that up.
We got more championships than your team.
That's true.
Okay.
But
Shut up, Chad.
But just like Denver, that can all change this year.
Hey, I'm New York over here, baby.
I know.
Yeah.
I know it's time to go now. In the words of we lost Reggie. In the words of Marcus Pippen, Marcus Jordan, she mine now. Peace.
Get your 10 when you're plugging in with the there's no mystery. Let's make history with the off the show. 2 and 3. Add 1 more plus me and do the 5.